and Pan Dulce. How's that? Coffee and Pan Dulce.
Hey, I'm Christian Cano. You're the co-host. My buttons are Moms Demand Action, Gunsmiths Legislation, Healthcare for All, Medicare for All, and also in my heart, Black Lives Matter on behalf of Joe Oldham, who's a guest of ours who passed away last year. That's it.
Hello, this is Jenny James Gunn. I am a community advocate here in Charlotte, North Carolina for LGBT women's rights with the National Organization for Women, gun sense laws with Moms Demand Action, and anything that extends equity to all. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. It is Coffee and Pan Dulce time, and it's September 3rd, y'all.
Wow.
We have made it to
It's your birthday month. Hey.
It's my birthday month. It's
That's
Virgo
right.
season.
It's finally here.
Actually, Virgo season started in late August, but it's birthday time, you know, and I'll be another year older here in a couple weeks. But actually, our show will, my birthday falls on a Wednesday.
That's
so
right. Yeah, we'll be doing the show on your birthday.
We'll have a birthday show on both the shows that I do that we do together. And but anyway, this is Coffee and Pan Dulce, and it's September 3rd, and it is Christian and Gersemi. And take it away, Christian.
Yes, as Gersemi said, welcome everyone to Coffee and Pan Dulce. I'm Christian Cano, along with my wonderful co-host. I'm on the East Coast, and she's on the West Coast. The left coast, right? Is that how we're using it now?
Well, the left is the best, and you know, I know a lot of people in the East are going to argue with that, but
yeah, well, they need to come. They need to come out to visit. I was. Hey, I know. Let's start the show. This is Coffee and Pan Dulce. Welcome everyone who watches us on Facebook, YouTube, and the thousands who listen to us on your favorite audio podcast platform. We want to thank you for taking the time to watch us. This is our 8th season. We're in the month of September. The summer of hell is over. We will kind of talk about that briefly. We survived the summer of hell. Kind of wish I was on the West Coast with Gersemi, because I'm sure the environment there is totally different than what we're experiencing here in the state of North Carolina. We'll be talking about North Carolina. We'll be talking about a bunch of things today. We want to thank everyone who's joining us. But before we actually go into our topic, today's topic is MAGA a mental illness? That's today's topic. So I'm sure we all, if you watch and follow us, you probably know what our answer is, but we're not doctors. We just play them on our podcast. So listen, question. We taped your show. Full disclosure, everyone knows that we tape her show before this one. And are you going to miss the fall, the leaves changing in North Carolina?
None whatsoever. Okay.
There was no thought. There's no.
There.
A second.
Oh yeah, I won't even miss a beat. No, the temperature doesn't change much here.
Sure.
It doesn't get real hot. You know, because we're up in the Hollywood Hills, so we're. It's. I mean, we've had 2 or 3 days above 90.
Oh wow.
So it doesn't get real hot.
Yeah,
it doesn't get real cold, and
kind of stays at an even temperature. Well, I'm only saying that because to me, you know, you and I both grew up in Texas. I didn't really see a lot of falls. It was summer, brief football season, and then cold. It was like, we didn't get a lot of that. But I will say, even though I don't necessarily miss living in Texas, I do miss the fall, like just because it was always so hot. So once it started getting just a little cooler, you just got so, the Texas State Fair started.
That's the that's the thing here is it because it doesn't get so blooming hot.
Sure.
Compared to other places, like in the South, especially, like it's not obtrusively hot. Like, when they have a heat alert here, it means it's getting above 85.
Yeah.
And now, I will say there's other parts of LA that do get hotter than where we're at.
Yeah.
Especially in the valley.
Yeah.
But we're not in that
where you're at. It's very different.
Of the greater Los Angeles area. Because of that.
Yeah.
It doesn't really feel like we had for me, it doesn't feel like summer. It just felt like a really warm spring. Yeah. I mean, I think they just pretty much live in an eternal spring here. Like the fruit, a lot of the fruit this year around, like there's a grapefruit thing that its prime season is January. That's in our yard, but it's producing grapefruit now. Like it's a very strange climate. So the seasons are going to feel a little weird here.
Yeah.
Because there isn't really seasons per se.
Sure.
But no, I won't miss the falling leaves and
for those,
all that. I'm good.
For those viewers and listeners who are in the state of Texas, I'm so sorry because you're probably still in the midst of a bunch of heat. Fortunately, our number one market is California. So if you live in the state of California, you can relate to what Gersemi is talking about. If you live in the state of North Carolina, our fourth market, we are going to start entering the fall season, and it's actually, it's kind of nice. So I do enjoy the seasons. All right, so we kind of digress there. So let's jump directly into Barb's current events.
And this is Barb's current events.
All right, I've got some good ones for you. If you watch this, as you know, we tape the show early, like most podcasts. We tape the show so we can edit and do the things and have time for ourselves sometimes. Special elections around the country actually occurred the night before we taped the show. And there was a Democratic sweep in a lot of state races that were expected to go towards Republicans. This is very similar to what happened in the midterms the first time Trump was in office. Some surprises occurred. One of the biggest surprises, my understanding is, it occurred in the state of, if you'll bear with me because I got to pull everything up here, in the state of the Iowa Senate District 1. A Democrat, Caitlin Drews, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, won by more than 10 points from a Republican, and that district went Trump in the last election. And she, and it looks like on the special elections around in Pennsylvania as well, there was a flip district that occurred as well. So, I know we're always looking for tea leaves and some good news, but the good news is at the national level, it doesn't seem like, that Democrats have very popular polling, but when they put the polling at the state and local level, Democrats actually do very well. And so that is a very interesting data. So that's the first one. In the state of North Carolina, there was an op-ed in one of the newspapers that talks about how the Republican Party is shooting themselves in the foot because they are going completely against the mainstream of North Carolina. Even though North Carolina did go towards Trump by very small percentage points, the actual policies of Trump are very unpopular with the citizens of North Carolina, including the big, beautiful bill, which is going to tremendously hurt up to 80 counties of the 100 counties in North Carolina. It's going to damage them from Medicaid to all kinds of stuff, schools, funding. It's going to hurt them a lot. So want to hear what you have to say about that one. And then the last one, the last conversation. There is a person from the state of North Carolina who was the very first person arrested in D.C. just a couple of days ago after Taco announced that he wanted to arrest people who were burning the American flag. So the very first person who is challenging that went to the National Mall and burnt a flag and was arrested. And he is a citizen of North Carolina and basically wants that to be challenged to the Supreme Court. So anyway, those are the three. I know they're not very sexy, but what do you think about those, Gersemi?
Well, first of all, the burning of the flag, I find it. I'm kind of wondering, and I was going to talk about this on the show earlier, but I kind of got sidetracked by other topics. But I'm kind of
sidetracked.
Yeah. I should have wrote them down last night when I was watching TV. One of my topic subjects wanted to be, where are all those 2A guys? You remember all these years and decades when they were justifying owning automatic weapons and had
where are all these Second Amendment
our
people?
former co-host that you said, I'd buy a tank if they'd let me.
That's right.
Where were they? Because they were always talking about protecting the First Amendment. How you protect the First Amendment is the Second Amendment.
Yep.
Where are they?
Yeah.
I want to know where they're at.
Exactly.
I want to know where all the libertarians are at. Because we had these libertarians running their mouth for a long time there in Charlotte about 2A. That's all we heard about was 2A. And now that 1A is being challenged, where are they?
Yep.
When they're painting over crosswalks, you can't burn a flag anymore, and you're violating the First Amendment. Where are the 2A guys at? I want to know. I want to know. I mean, I expected them to be charging that hill.
Yeah, I expected them to be the first ones. I agree.
I knew it was bullshit when they said it. I said it was bullshit when I said it. And here's the thing. Libertarian cucks of America, you guys are a bunch of fucking Trump enablers and pedophile enablers. Y'all are the biggest cowards. I told you were cowards back then, and people scoffed. Go fuck yourselves. That's what I got for you. Because I was right. Y'all were wrong. I was right. I'm going to go on record right now. I told you so. I knew these motherfuckers would run for the hill. We haven't heard a fucking word from these libertarians. Not a fucking peep out of that party.
Yep.
Where are they? Where are their guns? Where are their tanks? In their garages and their gun safes because they're petrified. They're the cucks of the Republican Party. They're just Republican light is all they are. They're fucking Nazis. Just the same. Just a different deal. They just like pot. That's the only difference.
So let's circle back. What do you think of the state of North Carolina that the Republican policies have become very unpopular here in the state of North Carolina?
Well, I mean, the North Carolina's getting the government it deserves. You keep electing a Nazi Republican legislature. What do you expect?
Yeah.
When you elect a supermajority and you keep electing a supermajority, and worse yet, you got Democrats voting along with it.
Yeah.
Including this current
Carla Cunningham.
Yeah, you got the two chuckle fucks there in Charlotte. Now.
Yeah, exactly.
These people were in Charlotte, a big blue city, supposedly. But my problem is that North Carolina Democrats are the best Republicans out there. They carry water for the Republicans, and so is a lot of other Democrats in that state. When they went along with HB 142 in 2017, we kind of saw what Democrats in North Carolina are like. Yeah, it only affects the trainees out there. We don't worry about that. Your cowardice is coming to roost. You better pull your heads out of thy ass and get it on the stick, because right now you are failing. You are miserable. You got a token governor and a token attorney general that's about like a fart in a skillet. It's a BB gun against a rhino because they're overriding the governor all the time.
Yeah,
as long as you have Democrats like that, you might as well just elect Republicans.
Yeah.
And they're running roughshod over the Democrats, and the Democrats are cowards in North Carolina. You better get you a state party chairperson that has a spine. Because this one, she's good on social media and she runs around. She ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
There's not, on the county level, she's not doing shit. On the state level, she's not doing shit. In fact, she's worse than the one before, because it's more embarrassing when you're younger and hipper and more knowledgeable and you still fail as bad, if not worse, than the previous old woman that was doing it.
Yeah.
You got problems. I don't care if you're young and hip. If you can't do the job, you can't do the job.
Yeah, exactly. If you can't manage, exactly. I mean, you could be, I agree.
This current chairperson, it didn't matter if it's unpopular. Of course, it's unpopular. Nazism is unpopular. It's unpopular in Germany.
Yeah.
The Nazis only had 30% of the vote. They took it by force, like they're doing now. This is not about popularity. It's about beating the opponent into submission, and we keep submitting. We keep getting 10 counted, and the Democrats aren't fighting back in a lot of states, including North Carolina, Texas, and Florida. You might as well not even have the Democrat Party in those states.
Yeah,
they're doormats. They're little doormats, even though they got twice as much voters registered. And somehow we keep not showing up. And sooner or later, it's going to bite us in the ass.
What do you think of the special elections that occurred the night before we're recording this?
I think it's an anomaly that we'll see if it continues in 2026, but without any clear Democrat leadership, which remains to be seen. If we see people step up this fall and really carry that momentum into 2026, and we kick ass in 2026 like we did in 2018, and we parlay that into a 2028 landslide, right. But I am not holding my breath because this current brand of Democrats has not even failed forward. We're not going forward. We are rolling back as they roll the tanks. And it's one of the things that precipitated our move out west was this is a solidly blue state. It's going to be a blue state for a long time. People out here have some kind of sense of what life should look like. People in North Carolina, these other states where they've just abdicated any decency or brains or whatever, have just lost their minds.
Yeah.
And they've lost their minds to a trailer trash minority that just because they're the loudest at the party doesn't mean they should be letting them yell anymore. And there's some point where you say, no, you need to put a sock in it and cool your heat, have a seat. And it's just not happening in North Carolina. The trailer trash are running that fucking state. But if you are getting cucked or you even vote alongside them and with them, you're the same.
Yeah.
Cunningham and that Najrajid or whatever the fuck his name is. A Muslim dude and a black woman voted along with Nazi Republicans. With the hopes that they won't turn the gun on them.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the party of leopards eating their faces off each other. They'll burn each other in a heartbeat. You know, ask some of the people that they've burned over the years.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And if you're a Democrat and you're a racial or ethnic minority Democrat, you don't stand. You're not even a white.
You don't stand any chance in the Republican Party
when they roll the tanks in Charlotte. Y'all are going to be the first to go.
Yeah, exactly. Well, listen, we're up against our first break. We'll be right back on Coffee Pan Dulce right after this.
Hey, y'all, thanks for watching and support local black and brown businesses, including our sponsor, Manolo Bakery, that has some fabulous pastries, food, king's cakes, all kinds of specialty cakes, swallows, and much, much more. Some of the best food you eat in Charlotte, North Carolina. Again, Manolo's Bakery, right here in East Charlotte. Thanks for watching. Hey Hey, y'all, you can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and your favorite audio podcast platforms. You can catch your special editions of Coffee and Pan Dulce, as always. And we appreciate y'all listening. And we're going to do more episodes. We're going to do some zany things in 2025. And most of all, we're going to have lots of fun, as always. Thanks for listening. And look for the new shouts. Appreciate it.
Hey everybody, hope you're enjoying the Coffee and Pan Dulce Show. This is me, Gersemi, a new host here at the Cannis Media shows. I will be doing the new show, Espera Que, here every Thursdays at 7 p.m. on your favorite podcast platforms, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you like to listen to. So, hope to see you on my show and hope you have a wonderful day.
Hey y'all, thanks for watching the Florida shows. They've been wildly successful. Obviously, it's a topic that you guys have enjoyed and wanted to know more of. And we like talking about the dumpster fire that used to be the state of Florida. And we'll probably talk about it some more this summer. Thanks for watching, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Thanks for watching.
Thank you everybody for watching Coffee and Pan Dulce. Jenny and Chris had an amazing talk right there. And this is Gersemi from Espera Que. Our show is on Thursdays, 7 p.m. on every podcast places where you get podcasts. Podcasts, brain fart. But if you want to listen to me doing brain farts and having hot takes and leftist takes and just screaming at the shitty burning world we are living in, come over to Espera Que. You're going to have a fun time.
Welcome back, everyone. Listen, our topic today is clickbait. We know it, or at least I know it, but it's fun to talk about things like this. Is MAGA a mental illness? That's the question I've been asking for a couple of years now. I have MAGA members in our family. I know MAGA friends. I don't have as many as I probably did 4 or 5 years ago. Especially since the pandemic started, that completely changed my view of the Republican Party and the MAGA movement when they cared so little about members of their own family who could die and so forth. So that's my question to you. This is unscientific. But this is our show, so we can make it as however we want. Question: is MAGA a mental illness? Gersemi, what is your thoughts?
Well, yeah, it is. I mean, it's I don't even know if it's a mental illness. I think it's just they're supported by, and the Nazi Republican Party is run by stupid people. And stupid people that are going to really, they've already began to hurt this country. As you see other countries isolate us, we can be isolated. We're very dependent on international trade. We have over 20 countries now having their postal services not deliver anything to the United States. We're having countries boycott us. Now, let me tell you something. Unlike Russia, which can kind of survive with boycotts, the United States cannot survive a boycott, or we'll see our way of life really change. We're very dependent on our goods and services going overseas and doing international business. And a lot of these people are like Australia, United Kingdom. These are not Russia. This isn't Russia and China standing alone. These are most of these people are our allies. They're saying, we're not going to send any more packages. These tariffs are out of control. Screw you guys. We're going to show you. And we're burning bridges with people in the world. We're only 5% of the population. We've got to get real. There's got to be a point in time where common sense has to kick in. And MAGA is not only a mentally ill, mentally sick movement, but, to be a Nazi, to be a fascist, you got to be mentally wrong. Like, you got to be mentally off to follow this shit. You at some point have got to take reality, put it on a shelf, and say, I'm so stupid, and I'm so hell-bent on being a racist pig that I'll follow anything that dear leader says. You've got to be so stupid to even believe that he got shot in the ear last year and recovered so fast. There's Navy SEALs that wouldn't have recovered that fast. And his ear magically doesn't have any scars, but he's got a big old blood clot in his hand that's so noticeable that they can't even put enough spackling and makeup on it to cover it up. That looks like the blood clot that was on Queen Elizabeth's hand 2 days before she died a few years ago. Like, this dude looks rough. He looks like a rotting bag of cheeseburgers. And so we're under a lot of mass delusion in this country, or at least a part of our population is. And I think it's a mental deficiency. I think it is years and years and decades of bigotry when we have followed white men down the primrose path of stupidity. And we've gotten along to get along, and we said boys will be boys, and we've enabled this shit way too long. And now that white men are not the majority of the country and they don't have as much control as they think they do, there's going to be a day of reckoning.
Yeah. You know, I agree with you. You know, I kind of have the same view as well, but, you know, I kind of want to break it down a little bit deeper here. I'm not necessarily sure that MAGA is a mental illness, but I do believe the MAGA movement embraces mentally ill people, and they highlight them. Someone like MTG in a normal circuit, like a normal environment, would be the person that people look at her and go, "That girl ain't right," you know, or Nancy Mace, or
if Nancy Mace or MTG or Boom Boom Boebert, weren't in the jobs they are now, as elected, they would be pushing a shopping cart somewhere, or living in it.
Boebert would be dancing on a pole.
Nancy
making no money.
Would be a waitress at
Waffle House.
Denny's. Waffle House too nice. Denny's. Because Denny's is nice and racist.
Okay.
And Boom Boom Boebert would be, you know, doing what she used to do, which is she was a call girl and a dancer. And these people are talentless.
And the candidates that they push forward.
Gabbard, that is a Putin Russian operative that literally is working in the federal government. We've got that Peach Hedgepath that is that Fox News stooge that doesn't know a thing about his job whatsoever and runs around worried about trans people in the military. When we've got multiple wars going all around the world that he needs to be worried about. But yeah, you know,
so the movement likes to really lift up what in traditional norms we would call kind of, these people ain't right. You know, these aren't.
You got to remember, and this is designed to be offensive.
Sure.
The typical Republican voter is the lowest common denominator. They are the rural idiots that sit around and believe these conspiracy theories. They're the QAnon nuts that show up to Washington, D.C. Pizzerias thinking Hillary Clinton's running a pedophile ring in the basement of a place that doesn't have a fucking basement. These people don't have enough sense to even detect the bullshit, or they just don't. They're just not right in the head. They're the creepy.
That's the good point. They're
creepy youth.
The title should have been, "Is MAGA Not Right in the Head?"
It's a whole party of creepy youth pastors. It's a whole, you know, it's the creepy uncle that babbles on about the conspiracy theories and that they got the inside information. Well, these fuckers, they don't have the inside.
And we know, and we all have a couple of those in our family, and we all go, and these are, and they're the ones that are MAGA supporters.
Now they've been elevated to controlling our Congress with Mike Johnson. That has to have his teenage son be his masturbation accountability.
And that's just weird. That's crazy. That's weird. That is just
how
weird.
Has he even got that job with that kind of thing that he publicly admitted to? How would you just not immediately be forced to step down.
Yeah.
Like if a Democrat had that happen.
Yeah.
If Nancy Pelosi or any of the Democrat speakers had ever had that, how fast would they have drummed that person?
Exactly. Can you imagine? I mean, think about that. That's an excellent. No, that's an excellent point, Gersemi.
Think about Obama. You know, when he was president, and say that phone apps were a real big thing when he was president, which they kind of were towards the end. But let's just say all of a sudden in a press conference off the cuff, he said, you know, Sasha, my daughter, she's now my masturbation accountability partner. We're both logged onto the same app. And I'd like for you guys to pray for me as I try to get this under control.
Exactly.
Now,
that is just
fast. What if he? I mean, think about this. Bill Clinton had consensual sex with an adult woman.
Yeah.
In the 1990s, got a blowjob from Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah.
He got
so good she kept the dress.
Yeah. I mean, now it's in a museum. But he got impeached over this and lost his law license. Got convicted.
Yeah.
Our current president, we know, is on the pedophile island Epstein list. We know it for sure because he's fought so hard to keep it from being released, which is non-consensual sex with minors, with children. We know this. We know for a fact. We also know he's a convicted rapist.
Yeah. And he's a convicted liar. He's a convicted cheat. You know, he's just
he's a felon.
Yeah.
And
crazy.
Why is he still in office? Why was he even allowed to run? Most states don't even let felons vote.
Yeah.
Much less run for office. How the fuck was he allowed to run for president of the United States?
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
The standard we're holding Republicans to is that you can just basically do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
We've got a Speaker of the House that has his son be his masturbation accountability coach, and then he has this creepy adopted son that we don't know what that relationship that never got defined. Like we had with Matt Gaetz and this.
With Matt Gaetz, it's weird.
When Tim Walz called him creepy and weird, that's what he was talking about.
Exactly.
The whole party is as creepy as a youth pastor in Lubbock. And
so listen, if you like what you hear from Gersemi, she does have a show that comes on 30 minutes actually every Wednesday at 11:30. It's not really 30 minutes after the show anymore. 11:30 every Wednesday. It's called Two Careers in a Truck. Don't forget to watch her show every week or listen to her show on your favorite podcast platform. Also want to give a shout out to two other shows that we've got going on. It's the Tony Foreman Show that comes on every Wednesday at 10 o'clock. Actually, it's every other Wednesday now. He's got some guests on there that every other Wednesday. And then Espera Que with Urense, young Afro-Latino. Wonderful. Listen to his show. It comes on every Thursday at 7 p.m. on your favorite audio podcast platform. So we'll be right back on Coffee and Pan Dulce right after this.
Hey, thanks for listening to us as always on Coffee and Pan Dulce. And just to let you know, we're on all the audio podcast platforms. So work it out or whatever, you can just listen to us. Or if you want to see our bright, shiny faces, we're on YouTube and Facebook. You can even be fans and you can comment on our shows on the Facebook platform and drown out people who don't actually listen to the show but like to play us. But anyway, we appreciate y'all and very much, and keep on listening so that Christian and I are just not sitting here talking to ourselves. Have a great year.
Hey everybody, hope you're enjoying the Coffee and Pan Dulce Show. This is Urense, one of the new hosts here at Cannis Media, doing a new show, Espera Que. We're here, I am talking all the great issues that are happening in our great country here in the USA of 2025. I'm mostly going to be working and talking about Latino men issues, but I hope anyone can come by and hear me rant about how annoying our government is. We will be here every Thursdays at 7 p.m. Hope to hear from y'all soon, and see you at my show.
Hey y'all, thanks for watching our spring shows and sticking with us. and we've got a fabulous summer lineup. I hope y'all are excited as I am, and let's enjoy our summers. Hot Girl Summer 2024. See y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. So we have a great fall lineup, and we encourage you to tune in to many of our fabulous shows, like our Say show, and many more things in October and November as well. Thanks for watching, as always, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, y'all.
Hi, everybody. This is Yorense from the Esperake Show over here. All I'm here is doing a little quick PSA. Use this summer to do volunteer work. Go to your nearest YMCA. Go to your nearest homeless shelter. Go to whatever community services or programs that you can help out and volunteer. Because right now, we have a bunch of fascist pieces of shit trying to rip apart our country and rip apart the people, our communities, by spreading hate and bigotry. The best way to combat it is, one, working in your community and standing strong to show that you are strong and you're here to help out others. Two, combat misinformation. If you hear bullshit, first research and make sure if it's true or not. If it is not true, call it out. If it is true, get the facts. Be knowledgeable of it because it might come out later. So always stand against that. And three, fuck fascists. Stand against them. Make them feel uncomfortable. There is too many people out there feeling like they can say the hard R or say slurs or be violent. Make them understand that a lot of people died to make sure this hatred and bigotry does not exist. All our civil rights workers, all the people who restored normity, everybody who fought against intolerance and hatred, they died and worked their asses off to stop this. So follow in their footsteps and stop this madness. This is Yorense again from Esperake, and all I can say is be there for your community and stand up for what's right. Fuck fascism and have a wonderful day.
Hey y'all, thanks as always for listening to Coffee Pan Dulce. And guess what? As part of our Cannis media family of shows, we have a sister show that's been running alongside the Coffee Show for 6 years, 6 seasons. And it's Two Queers in a Truck. And in fact, we've been on air, as it says right behind Christian, as we record this, in case you're watching the video version of this. It's exciting. It's a little different. It comes more from obviously the queer perspective because it's Two Queers in a Truck. And we invite you to listen to it. You don't have to be queer to listen. And I promise it most likely will not give you scabies. I can't 100% verify that, but it's just a medical rumor started by me, actually. But anyway, come out and check us out on our sister show, Two Queers in a Truck, and all the exciting 2025 news shows on the Cannis Media family. As always, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Up next is Two Queers in a Truck with Jenny and Christian. And hope you guys tune in. We'll see you in about 15 to 20 minutes. Thank you. Bye.
Welcome back, everyone. Don't forget to join all the shows on your favorite Cannis Media Network. Okay, so here we go. The Pendejo Chronicles.
And this is the Pendejo Chronicles.
Pendejo of the Week is a person who recently passed away, and I want to give them thoughts and prayers, sarcastically. James Dobson was the pastor who started the Family Research Council or whatever. They're the ones that started with Jerry Falwell and did all of the gay thing, the trans thing. They have been just crazy. Well, he died. And America is showering the social media with we're glad that he passed away, just like what happened with the what's his name, the guy that was addicted to morphine that had his show. So, do you remember his name? I forgot his name already.
Rush
radio
Limbaugh.
guy, Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah.
So yeah. So you know what? The same thing that happened when Pat Robinson died. We were like, all right, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, they're getting to go home to be Satan's doormat.
Exactly. So that he got the Pendejo of the Week. Here's the Jenny Award.
And this is the Jenny Award.
All right. This week, the Jenny Award goes to a gentleman by the name of Jay Carey from North Carolina. He was the first person arrested on the lawn of the National Mall. I believe that's where he burned the flag. He's from the state of North Carolina. He's the first person to, as soon as President Taco said that burning the flag is going to go after all these people, he said, well, all right, come after me. He wants to be the first person to challenge that. So good for him. But actually, you know what? Interestingly, Gersemi and I think they knew that he wanted a challenge, so they did not arrest him for burning the flag. They arrested him for an open flame.
Yeah. Well, they can't arrest him for an executive order of law.
Yeah.
So they can't arrest him for doing that.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to arrest him for something else, which is what they arrested him for. Yeah. Which he'll beat that in court.
Sure. Sure.
Spend a day in jail.
Yeah, because that would be like, then you got to arrest anyone who tries to light a cigarette.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
they're going to get on a slippery slope because they're going to go, well, yeah, but you waited for him to burn the flag,
Exactly.
So, if it was really that big of a deal, you would have stopped it before he burned the flag, but you waited for him to literally burn the flag so that you could arrest him and try to scare people, and all you're going to do is rile them up.
Yeah.
And you do have to remember, it's all about them files. It's all about the Epstein files.
Exactly. It's all about the distraction.
This whole thing is to keep that in the news cycle and try to get people to forget about the Epstein files, Pedophile Island. And oh man, can we not forget about that? We cannot let that go. We got to be like a dog with a bone.
Hey, we should have our next show just about that. All right. Well, speaking of that, we're at the end of this show. I want to thank y'all for joining us. We'll see you next week in Coffee and Pan Dulce. Thank you, Gersemi out on the West Coast. We'll see you next week, y'all. Bye. Here we go.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for watching Coffee and Pan Dulce, as always. We're into September. We're into Fair Month and so many other things are going on, and we're in Spice Latte season. And most of all, one of my favorite months because it's my month of birth. So my birthday's coming up literally in a couple of weeks, and which should be a national holiday. But anyway, hey y'all, as always, thanks for watching and listening to our show. And without y'all, we wouldn't have a show. And we'll see you next week. Be safe out there.
Bye, y'all.
Hey y'all, thanks for listening to Coffee and Pan Dulce. And one of our big things is that if you've missed any of our other shows, we are on Facebook, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple for the most part, and a bunch of other audio podcast platforms. So if you've missed us, come back. The water's fine. Dip on in. It's 85 degrees here in my imagination. But anyway, we have 332 episodes in the tank. You can pull up any of them. And most of all, we have fresh ones dropping most weeks. And we got 3 more shows coming. Be excited. But as always, thanks for listening to Coffee and Pan Dulce. And look forward to the 2025 season. Thanks, y'all.
Hi, y'all.
Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for watching our Coffee and Pan Dulce show every week. Don't forget, you can watch us visually on our video podcast platforms on Facebook and YouTube. But you can also listen to us on your favorite audio podcast platforms like Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all of the other ones that your favorite, whatever your favorite is. Once again, thank you for watching us on Coffee and Pan Dulce. We'll dance out.
Next up, thanks for watching Coffee and Pan Dulce. Next up is 2 Queers and a Truck. Stay tuned.
Coffee and Pan Dulce. How's that? Coffee and Pan Dulce.
Sounds great.
You sounded like a telenova. I mean,
I'm trying this. All I have to say is go. Yes.
As a non-Spanish speaker.
Good job, Jen. Gersemi. Okay, we're going to talk just briefly about is MAGA a mental illness? I don't have any data.
Okay, then neither did I.
Yeah, I don't think we need any data. So, all right, here we go. All right, we only got like 2 minutes left, so I'm going to come back. We'll just do the last two segments real quickly.
Coffee and Pan Dulce. How's that? Coffee and Pan Dulce.